Good morning, beloved. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever it is that you are watching the broadcast, hello, 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 hello. It's wonderful connecting with you, saying hi, hello, how do you do? What is happening? What's going on with you? For those who will be live, yes, 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 let's do it. For those who will hashtag and replay it, I love it. For those who will be on and I don't know you on and I might not never know you on, I could appreciate that. And for those who will be used by Papa at some point down the road to encourage this girl, let's make it do what it do. Okay? Let's make it do what it do. Oh, it's still that part. Which part's going? Which part is going down? Right. Let's make it do what it do. Okay? So I'm not playing around, I bought a new stand, but it's not doing what I needed to do. So I'm trying to make some adjustments with it. Evidently my computer is heavier than, it's a little bit heavier than the stand is allowing for, it seems like. Anyhow, let's see what we get done here. So this week we are coming off of Thanksgiving. Okay. Coming off of Thanksgiving, giving the experiences of it, right? So last week we talked about gratitude, right? And that is really with the focus of knowing that, hey, cousin, love you, love you, love you. Thank you for the tips for the hands. I think it was the final piece that I needed to make it easier or to increase. Because I used to make them really, really well, and it was not really difficult. It was labor intensive, but not difficult. And then my last few batches have been okay, and I wasn't sure what I was doing, but I think I was cooking them too fast. I mean, you said 275, I had it on 350, but that 275 really made a difference. That really slow cook, perfecto. It's perfect. Anyhow, I might be reaching out to you for some more cooking tips just to sure up some things. Anyhow, as we think about the holiday and how it went for us, holidays can be tricky. Like they can be really, really tricky because they're really designed for celebration, for connection, and things of that sort. But depending on what your connections look like, it can get a little tricky. It really can. And so I wanna encourage us to like just make a commitment to our own selves that no matter what, you're going to get yourself back to a place of peace, back to a place of gratitude and appreciation, back to a place of joy, you know, and things like that. Because the alternative is that you and I will find ourselves in places of disappointment. Go ahead, I got you, cuz. Nothing to it for me. Happy cooking. I know, right? Thank you, cousin. Um, right, the disappointment that comes with the potential disappointment that could come with, right? Things not working out the way that you wanted them to, right? And so I had a couple of disappointments over the holiday. Hey, Erica. Hey, honey bun. But but that's life. Oh, I need that thing back. But that's life, you know. And our mind, let me just tell y'all, Even though I've been doing this a long time, I can never assume that I've arrived. None of us can. Good morning, Ray Price. Thank you for your prayers. None of us can. So my mind wanted to focus on what didn't go right. Right? What, some things I expected to go, ouch, the way that they were going. And I, it's kind of disappointing for me. But other things I didn't expect that were disappointing. But nonetheless, there was so many more things that were life-giving than those which were disappointing. And the mind, our egos will focus on that which was disappointing as opposed to that which wasn't. That's how we will focus. We will focus on that which was disappointing as opposed to that which wasn't disappointing. And my mind kept trying to do that. And what I always come back down to is this. I always come back to the fact that, so for me personally, I've committed to living a life of inner freedom. I've committed to living a life of inner freedom, right? Being free in my inner parts more often than not, right? And inner freedom, beloved, no one can determine what that looks like but us. And so I know that where I focus my attention is going to either lead me towards freedom, inner freedom, or more towards bondage. Some kind of limitation, some kind of negative thought spiral, some kind of something, right? And so when I find myself there, even though I may be thinking about some factual things that have happened that I am not happy about, like I might be thinking about the factual and rehearsing, but when my mind starts to say things like, I cannot believe, I already know. We too far gone. Stop. You need to shift that thinking, because there's no good feelings, no good thought patterns. Now, you're not getting ready to land well. What kind of landing you want, Kathy? What kind of landing you want? I have to ask myself what kind of landing I want. I have to give myself the opportunity for that kind of landing. Do you know? And so that's my point here, is holidays and choosing focus. Holidays are as they are, right? You get to decide where you focus on, where you give your attention to, regardless of who did what or who didn't do something, right? It doesn't matter. I don't want to say doesn't matter. I'm not sure that I want to say it doesn't matter, because sometimes it does matter who did or didn't do something. But it can't matter to the point that you are relinquishing your inner freedom. That's the point I'm making. It can't matter to the degree that you're relinquishing your inner freedom. Because at some point, you got to get back to freedom, right? At some point, you've got to get back to freedom. And you know what? I prefer to not go so far into bondage that it's hard to get to freedom. So I give myself permission to feel what I feel, to pay attention to my thoughts. What thoughts are coming up? What decisions are you making from a place of disappointment, right? Frustration, hurt, or whatever. What conclusions are you drawing? And do those serve you? Do they serve you or not? right? Do they serve you? Because if they don't serve you, girl, you're going to have to let that go. You're going to have to think some different thoughts. You're going to have to refocus and reshift. So, but hear me when I say, I give myself permission to know what it is that I'm thinking, to get a sense of why I'm thinking that, and pay attention to my feelings around it, making sure I'm checking my thoughts for what for what's true, what's accurate, what's factual. Make sure I'm not adding stuff, embellishing, making it larger than it really is, all the things, right? And then, honor what I feel in the moment. But ultimately, I'm asking myself, does it serve me to feel this way? Does it serve me? Like, do I get a benefit from this? Or I'm just putting myself in more bondage. And when I know that, I'm going to freedom, y'all. Like, I might wallow around for a hot second. And then I'm like, I got to get the freedom. What Marty say? Good morning, Erica Charms. Nice meeting you. Maybe lunch or dinner next time, because I'm in the kitchen now. A few of the guys want fried apples. I love it. I know you are. Yes. Erica Margie was saying, nice meeting you. So I invite us all to choose inner freedom, choose inner peace, choose joy, right? More often than not. Choose life, wholeness, choose wellness, right? To choose to right. To choose what it is that works best for you. Right? And what work best for you is freedom. Inner freedom. Inner abundant love. Inner freedom, abundant love, and a non-negotiable peace. Right? Inner freedom, abundant love, and non-negotiable peace. Like choose. All of those for me are non-negotiables. Right? All of those for me are non-negotiables. Peace, love, freedom are all non-negotiables. I would not have it any other kind of way. Because the other way, I've had it those other ways. Strife, discontentment, irritation, frustration, blame. I've lived that. That's a never-ending cycle. It's a spiral. It's a deep dark spiral. It's a no-win. It's a lose-lose. We gonna lose every time. It costs too much. It costs way too much. Way too much. Costs too much. So I'm just saying, choose life, choose freedom, choose love, choose peace. And those times when you don't choose it, get back to it as soon as possible. Right? Get back to it as soon as possible. So that you can know that it's yours to have. Right? So that you can know it's yours to have. Because you got this life that you got to live. And if we are stuck where we're focusing on that, which in most cases, it ain't nothing we can do about it. because it's dealing with other people and their behavior and their choices and their mindset and their whatever. And we don't get to determine that. We might be able to influence it, but my question is, how much energy and time and effort are you going to use trying to influence someone else's thinking, belief, and that kind of thing? And then at what cost? Right? And then at what cost are you going to do that? Like, what are you willing to pay to have that done? Right? What are you willing to pay? So I'm not like, my peace costs too much, my joy costs too much, my freedom costs too much for me to pay all of that for something that it's not even a guarantee. And I actually wouldn't want to be in a position where I'm dictating what somebody else thinks. I'm determining their thoughts, right? I wouldn't want to be in that position anyway. So I invite you to know, right? I invite you to know for sure what your preference is. Freedom or bondage? I mean, there's no choice there, really. Right? And so let's just think about it, because we're in the holiday season now. It's on and popping. And there's some things that we expect from people that we just not going to get. And there's some things that we don't expect from people that we are going to get. And some of those things are going to feel disappointing. You may feel frustrated. You may feel deep sadness, betrayal, heartbreak. You may feel all of those things. I just want to also remind you that those feelings are often being generated by the thoughts that you are entertaining around the situation. And if you entertain different thoughts or think of other situations, then you diminish the likelihood of having those feelings and those experiences. And so I want to just remind you all that you get to choose where you focus your energy. You get to choose where you focus your attention. You get to choose what you give space to in your mind's eye. Think of those things that are lovely and just and honest and pure and virtuous, right? If there be any praise, if there be any, the rest of the scripture, think on those things. All right. I love you. I appreciate you. I value you. And at the moment that God gave us our breath, me and you, we forfeited, we relinquished, you and I gave up the right to not be amazing. Have a fantastic day. And I'll talk to you soon. Tomorrow. Bye-bye for now.